Did you know that in the last 2 decades, the Nigerian makeup industry, in its uniqueness, has grown beyond just brushstrokes? From the era of unmatched foundation undertones and walking out of personal makeup kits, to a huge contributor to the ever-growing and viable beauty and personal care market. Currently worth a whopping 1.26 billion at retail, with an estimate to reach 1.31 billion by 2023. On the Beauty Cook Show, I will be celebrating the key players in the Nigerian makeup space, highlighting the role they have played in putting our beauty industry on the world map, while sharing key insights, tips, and tricks to help build the rapidly growing list of emerging beauty brands and entrepreneurs. My name is Omontese Ita. This is the Beauty Cook Show. I'll blow your trumpet first, which is you've actually hosted the biggest masterclass in the country. Like on your own, personally, you were the only teacher on that platform. And
I had other people.
You had other people on the platform.
Yes, skincare.
Teach makeup.
Yeah.
It was just you.
Yes.
Okay, just you. And then you've had to partner with another female to launch. No, you didn't launch with her, but you joined her at some point. That's Nuban Beauty.
Yeah.
Fantastic, because it's rare to find women do stuff together. And this is how many years now?
5.
5 years.
Oh,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Yes, yourself and Stella. Then you also are a beauty investor in TM Essentials Skin, and then you've also stood out as a fantastic microblading artist. There's permanent makeup. What else? You run a successful salon.
Is it successful? I don't know.
Well, I think it is.
I don't know
I
about
would say
successful.
because
Winging it.
Trust me, those salon guys, they are one of the maddest people to manage. I tried to, but at a point I just said I'm not doing this anymore. And I think I don't know how you've done it.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yes, I think you've been able to do that. So that's actually what this platform is about. Just blow trumpets of makeup artists that have done beautifully well. And I think
Thank you.
I know you have done so well.
Thank you, sis.
So what would you say is your greatest challenge? Chill about this thing. You're not doing the interview. Let's assume that we are doing them over the phone. Those long talks we have over the phone. So just go ahead. Don't even. I know you're quiet, but talk. And don't try to form humble. Don't try to be humble.
I mean, there's a lot of. I think the biggest challenge I've realized now is dealing with humans.
Okay.
Personally, for me, I think I've done things that I love, like with the hair, for example. I started braiding my hair before I owned a salon, because I thought, I want women to start braiding their hair. Women wear too much wigs, and I know how beautiful, braids and even braids. Just ponytail look on every woman. So I've always done things that I loved and I could sell, and I could convince you. You've done braids in my store, like almost everyone I know. I do things that I know that I can sell to you. I can easily convince you to buy into the idea. So I do not have struggles, apart from obviously the older you get, it's difficult to wake up in the morning and just run every day. Yeah, I've never been one to say I experienced challenges. Like I feel like things have just been, I mean, it's tough, but I know that it's tough for everyone. So it's not just me. So I don't beat myself up again about, you're having a small challenge at work, a client's bad review, or staff disappearing on you. So I just find ways to fix it immediately and just move on. But I think if there's any challenge, it will be just dealing with humans. Like,
let's talk about
just not reliable.
Having to commute from Ajegunle to phase 1 for years, because you're also with Mod.
Yeah.
And everybody there, I heard that. I was like, how did you do that? And I know you were that kind of staff before you owned your own
store.
gig. You were having to commute from Ajegunle to Lekki.
Well, no, it wasn't for long.
Okay.
So I graduated uni 2013, and that was before I started work.
Okay.
So I moved immediately after my final exam. My final exam was on the 28th of October. On the 2nd of November, I resumed work back at Mod. So I found a friend that lived in Aja, or somewhere before Aja. She was my
Yeah.
housemate in school.
Okay.
Her brother had this house. The brother was in Ghana. I just told her, beg her for, let's just go here.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, you can come. And I remember like, having to make sure we didn't lack anything in the house. So immediately I started work, I already got a place to squat with someone in Aja.
Okay.
And then I came from Aja every day
Every
for
day.
like 4 or 5 months until I
Okay.
raised money to move my whole family from Olodia Papa
okay.
to Aja. That was our first residence. Yeah.
Okay, so because I have watched you, and I know that there's a lot of dedication with what you do, and I think that's where you get the patience to teach.
Yeah.
That's another thing that, in fact, one of the things that just blows my mind about you. Yes, I love to teach, but I don't think I have as much. I don't think I have that kind of patience. I'm more of a understudy kind of teacher. Internship kind of, okay, let's do 1 year, then I can teach you, because for me, I just have a lot to teach, and I don't think that you can box me to
In a month or 2
in a month or two. You understand? So where do you find that energy to sit and come up with classes, get through with classes, and then ultimately you had over, what was that number? I remember the master class I was on stage with you was
150.
150. Aside the money, everything they push you. So that money was
The money is the drive. First off, for
Okay.
me, I mean, maybe not, but money is definitely a ginger. Like if you alert every morning, anyone here can give you the energy alert gives you. But again, I feel like when I worked with Mod, I remember my first class at Mod, I had no prior knowledge of teaching a class alone. I had worked with Dave Sucre and Kayode Williams.
Okay.
The first Mod class we ever did. That was the only experience I gained before I went to uni. So when I came back, I resumed work immediately, and my boss just gave me all Mod handouts and said, go and teach a class in Owerri. I went to Owerri without knowing. I mean, I had passion, I already had the skill, but I didn't know how it was to teach a class. So I would go home every night, review each topic every day, then come to class, read it, and then explain to the students. So I would just tell them, guys, this is my first time doing this. So,
wow.
let's
That's
just
so
swing it.
wonderful.
And we had like 15 students at the time, and they all loved the class. I know so many of them now that are doing so well from just that one class. I think Mod was the foundation for me with teaching, because with Mod we only taught makeup.
Yes.
The other things that we did was just
by the
makeup,
side.
and it was just our personal income. It wasn't part of what Mod was interested in.
Okay.
So the Mod handout, the Mod classes, the foundation I had from Mod makes it easy for me to teach, but not only teach, but also teach corrective makeup application, because a lot of educators teach, but they don't teach the correct thing. So the fact that everybody who experiences a class or comes to my class not only learns how to apply makeup, but learns how to apply it correctly, it's a driving force. And
Yeah.
obviously the money is good.
So I know you also have your younger sister as a makeup artist. That's Theodora, and that's also where you have a stake in. That's the TM session.
Yeah.
How did you? What was it? You didn't feel any sort of way having your sister in the industry, in the
No.
business, like dividing your money into two, or dividing your clientele into two?
Say we have plenty makeup artists in town.
Well,
Me and we
True.
there's a lot of clients for everybody. I know that for
Yes.
sure. There's a lot of clients for everybody. I remember when I opened my store, my sister was working with somebody, I don't know who it was. She just always used to complain about maybe delay of payment, or maybe the person was nasty while I was working at Mod, and I couldn't bring her into Mod because we were siblings. So I remember when I finally decided to leave Mod and I opened my own store, and I told her it would be such a waste of your time if you'll be working with this lady. Come here, let me teach you the right thing. Come and work with me. And I remember we first started with me paying her commission, and then we got to a point I was just like, whatever you make, keep it to yourself. And then before I knew, she started TM Essential Skin in her room, and it was just TM Essential makeup, TM Essential,
first.
yeah,
Then
started TM
skincare,
Essential.
skincare.
Then when she I wanted to start skincare myself, but then I shared the idea with her because I know she has a factory and she can produce everything, and I told it to her. She also said she also has some things that she's done. Before I knew, she brought me moisturizers, brought me mask, brought me this, brought me that. I was like, you're ready? She said yeah, that she's been ready for it since. And I was like, okay, since it's something I've been thinking about, you are also thinking about it. I might not be able to have the patience to produce and do all that mixing, but you can do it. But I made sure that, okay, I want to be like the quality control person, the same way I am for Nuban Beauty. If the product quality doesn't fit well, I'm the first to know. If there's a sample issue, even if the product is out in the market and there's a little bit of problem, the things that my partners can discover, but as an artist and someone who has pure understanding for quality, and I'm able to detect that. So I told her, what, before we do this thing, I have to test it. So every product that comes in before it's out in the market is in my house for like 3 or 4 months. I've used it, I'll give it to friends to use and all of that. And I just think it's a win-win for both of us, to
so with Nuban,
work together.
Nuban Beauty, it wasn't, like I said, there's no blueprint to have read how to be in partnership in the Nigerian space. Trust me, the Nigerian market is a very special market. In fact, Nigerian market and others, it's a very, very special market. So how did you get into partnership with Stella, and you've been able to hold it down? Trust me, the success of this is the special thing. There's a word I'm looking for. If you had broken up, it would be normal. It would be normal. It would be like,
I mean, if you ask me, one of the reasons why a lot of businesses or partners break is money.
Okay.
Key factor is money.
And both of you are Igbo.
Yeah, the key factor is money.
Okay.
So both of us have different source of income that is not Nuban Beauty.
Oh, I see.
So if I need money, I don't have to look into Nuban Beauty account for the next 10 years, If Stella needs money as well, she's going to create source of income. Maybe it's building websites, maybe it's business advice, maybe it's, she has Senika now, she has a better package. She has like 2 different companies that she's running that is funding, her daily lifestyle, so she doesn't need to look into Nuban Beauty.
So Nuban Beauty was that seed that you both planted, and you're not going to pluck it because you're hungry. You're not going to pluck. And I usually say this, that no matter how hungry you are, you cannot go and put yam that is not
ready,
right to eat
harvested.
You can't harvest it. So is that's how
I mean, I think that's it. We've also had issues before, but again, the things that the 2 parties bring to the table are completely different. I mean, you can try to do what I would do, but you can't do it like me, and I can try the other way and I can't do it like you. So I think one of the things I've advised friends or people that want to go into partnership is make sure that 2 of you are bringing 2 different things to the table, and make sure that 2 of you have money
somewhere
together, so that's not your main source of income. I've done that for every other businesses that I've done as well. I've made sure, okay, if you don't have your own money, if it's me that will give you 100% of the money, I know they do.
No, they're not. So for what was that I was trying to say? In terms of starting out, what sort of documentation?
We have.
Did you come into that at the beginning?
When I came in, Nuban Beauty wasn't a business name. It wasn't registered. It was just an idea.
Okay.
There was a name, but it wasn't in paper in any form. It wasn't registered at all. I was the one who made the registration. We confirmed if this name was good. Okay, why did you pick this name? Tell me about it. What are we lacking? What do we need to do? Why are you not selling? What's the problem? This product is good.
I knew at that time Stella was also still working.
Yeah, she was still at Unilag. So I think we registered. We started it as a business together, but it was a concept, an idea from Stella. But we started it as, okay, let's push it. Let's make it, and let's advertise. Let's put a face to this. Let's let more people know. Let's get makeup artists involved. Let's just not do it as a passion anymore, or let's do it as a business. So we came in together to start it as a business, but it was already a name, but it wasn't a business name.
So where do you guys
or anything
plan to take? What's like the I don't know, this is very cliche, but those 10 years plan, 5 years plan for you, but
I'm a moment person. I live every day as it comes.
there's no need to jump.
Obviously every day we have plans, obviously we have plans. We were on the phone this morning, we talked about so many things and plans for the year as well. We have plans. You never really know what happens, but as long as both of you are being honest in business, and you keep doing things according to the main vision that you started. Like, what I mean is, we're following the same plan. We want to create quality, we want to create accessible products, we want to create what everyday Nigerian will use, because we lack, I don't know if we still, the goal has always been to make sure we reduce importation in Africa, which has happened a lot. If you see a makeup artist that doesn't have Nigerian products now, you're like, this one, you think you're special, you are not.
That's
I know that
beautiful.
the whole, it's not just us, just like a whole collection of brands now that are releasing skincare, foundation,
range,
everything. We don't need to import anymore. Before we used to import everything beauty, but now even skincare, we don't need to import those things anymore.
And interestingly, using our very own ingredients from here, Africa. Homegrown ingredients, from shea butter to the oils.
It's making our skin better. We have more confidence in ourselves now. You meet everyday woman now, they're a bit more confident, whether you're black, whether you're light skin, we're just a bit more comfortable with ourselves and representing Africa the way we should now.
So do you think that there's any I know there are so many brands, I can't even mention. I'm trying to find how many people how many brands we have now, but I think we can find that at some point. But first of all, just commend your team, yourself and Stella and the other Nigerian girls that are
definitely.
I literally just have an altar for you guys, because I look at that side of the industry, and I know there's not something that I can do. Can I do it? I could try, but I don't want to, because I know what you go through. I have a few friends who have their brands, and I know the challenges that are involved, that I don't think I have the power for it. So I'm really, really in awe of you guys, and I'm saying that we can't wait to see you. I mean you guys have all gone global. The global YouTubers are talking about your product. It's almost everywhere you turn, and makeup artists are proud to have them in their boxes as well.
Individuals as well.
Yeah, individuals as well. So thank you very much. I do appreciate you. Thank you. God bless you. What are you doing? You're trying to start